Yo, Christian, our guest is finally here, and what an honor. We've got look at this, 3 champions.
Okay.
I won a spelling bee in 5th grade.
If we combine our trophy cabinets, it's really just going to be quite impressive, okay?
But this is an absolute honor. First of all, we ask if you're going to be on the show, please be one of the best at what you do. And this next person has ticked those boxes. Let me see here. Defender of the Year, Best 11, World Cup winner. At this point, what else is there? Okay, what else do you have to win?
There's nothing left to accomplish. You just retire now, I guess, according to Alexis.
Put your car in park right now. Throw up that e-brake so you can put both hands together for the one, the only Abby Dahlkemper, everybody!
Hi guys, thanks for having me.
Absolutely honored.
This is an honor.
Yeah, it is. Look, we're excited to have you on the show. We've had, it's an honor for us. We've had too many World Cup winners on this show where it's like it feels like we don't deserve this level of honor. Some of a couple of your teammates have been on the show before, but I want to talk. We'll talk about your international accolades, but we have to start with the fact that you are the first player for the San Diego Wave, the new NWSL team that is starting in just a couple months. We don't have the schedule yet. We don't know the exact kickoff date. If we don't know, I imagine the players don't know either. Nobody knows what's going on sometimes when it comes to the schedule.
Absolutely not.
They're like, just be ready.
Before, yeah, literally.
Just stay prepared.
No one knows.
But
stay ready so you don't have to get ready, right?
But it has to be quite an honor, right? To be, for them to want you and then to be the first player for a franchise. What did that even feel like as soon as you saw, all the images and videos of the announcement of you arriving in San Diego?
Totally, yeah. Like you said, I think it's a huge honor. Extremely humbled and really excited to just get started with everything going on. It was just a little bit funny the way I guess it had happened, just because I was the first player and it's like it's a new franchise, so I don't have any teammates. So I'm like, okay, well, I can't wait to see.
Who do I text?
Yeah, I'm like, I want to do a WhatsApp group, but I'm like, no one's going to be in the group.
It's just you.
I know.
Things are looking great today.
Oh my gosh, I'm texting myself, literally. No, but in all seriousness, yeah, it's a huge honor. California, specifically Southern California, I think is just a hotbed for soccer. It's kind of a way of life here. And I just feel so much buzz and excitement for the team. And, the standard that the Wave are producing on and off the field is incredible, up to the training facilities, to my teammates, to, the stadium we'll be playing at. So it's all really exciting.
Now, I'm an East Coast guy. I'm born and raised in Newark, New Jersey. I've been living in New York for forever at this point. I've always noticed a stark difference between Southern California and Northern California. The energy feels a little bit more familiar for me in Northern California. When I go to Southern California, in particular San Diego, I'm like, why did everyone just take a nap? Why is everyone so relaxed? How do you deal with it?
Everyone's so nice. Everyone is so nice here. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it feels so nice to have people be nice to you.
I hate it. I hate it personally.
I know, I'm actually still kind of getting used to it, but everyone's chilled, relaxed, wants to help you, says hello, holds the door open. So no, but I love it here. My husband and I just got a house and we're settled in. So I've actually never been living permanently in a market that I've played in. So it's nice to have a home.
Okay. That's perfect. All right.
You always feel like you got to live out of a suitcase,
Everyone's
right?
It sounds like a personal problem, but yeah, they're like, okay. No, I'm not living out of suitcases anymore.
It's amazing.
The suitcase is right up in the attic and it's done.
You're like, I don't want to see it for weeks.
Yeah, I'm like, no.
Okay, yeah, you're like, you know what? We're going to paint. I feel good about this one. All right.
Literally.
So, obviously you were the first player and obviously San Diego drafted some players and there's a lot of moves, but obviously the next huge move was bringing over Alex Morgan.
You might have heard of her.
You might have heard of her. Did you see her sipping tea at the World Cup? I think you had a good seat. You had a good seat to watch that.
I was like,
Yeah, you're right there. Like, drink more.
But now what we see, like the direction that San Diego's going in, how do you feel about just the actual play that's going to be like on the pitch week in and week out? How do you feel about what they're building?
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said before, I think just the wave, we're setting the standards high. I think, and that's been clear from the get-go. I think as far as obviously the outside stuff, but like you were saying, roster-wise, you have Keelan Sheridan, Tegan McGrady, and Kristen Westfall, and so number one pick college draft Naomi Girma. So I think that the importance of like the spine and the structure. I think Casey Stoney is. I've heard nothing but good things. I obviously haven't gotten coached by her yet, but just foundations are being put into place that, are really solid. Being able to play out of the back, being really solid defensively. The NWSL is a super transitional game. There's a ton of attacking threats all over. So I think just being sound defensively is going to be really important. And obviously, like you said, Alex is helpful up top as well. So
so attacking done.
What I did love about you being the first player announced is that a center back got this this shine and this attention, which is usually not the case, right? Because
it's usually only get that for red cards.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes as a center back, it's like you can only mess up. But no, in all seriousness, it is. Like I said, it's just such an honor, and I think I have just a lot to be thankful for, and really proud to represent the city. And I think, just the energy, the buzz around this team and this franchise is going to be amazing.
It's great. I mean, you're obviously a world-class defender. And I like that you mentioned like having that steady like spine in place, because when I think of Abby Dahlkemper, I think of, this game almost and I mean this as 100% a compliment. You make games boring for the other team. You know what I mean? You literally like as soon as you and especially national team, you and Becky, nothing's getting past both of you. You just in complete control. The level of confidence that San Diego is going to have in this season, I think is going to be great because of a player like you.
Thank you so much. I need to like keep you guys in my ear during the games or something. Like, can you guys tune in and I keep these on?
Put us on in the Bluetooth in the locker room before the game. We got y'all.
Literally.
Hey, this is Midge Purse, and I just kicked it with the Cooligans.
You're a center back, but you do stand out in the sense that you have, like, center backs to me don't have like big personalities. They're more like, I'm a center back. You know what I mean? Just like very authoritative, but you have a little bit more of a laid back, a little bit more of a fun attitude. I mean, 2019 was a big year for you. Not only did you win the World Cup, you were also in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. Was there fun. Was there a level of stress to that's different than being in a World Cup final? I mean, I think comedians are very similar to you guys. Comedians are similar to soccer players in like you do something, you hear a reaction right away. Was this good or bad? If I tell a joke on stage, I know right away whether it works or not. You put out pictures of yourself like that. You got to wait a couple weeks to find out. Did I mess up?
Well, what's so scary is like there's no like proofing. Like I can't see the pictures and say yes or no. They're just gonna like put out what they put out. So like literally just
are you serious?
For 6 hours, I was just like trying not to like, you know what I mean? Like be cute. But I also was like, but I've never like been in Sports Illustrated and I didn't know how they'd turn out, but like, thank the Lord that like they were decent and fine. I was like, bless the photographer because he was great. But no, it was like such a great experience. Alex Morgan, you know her.
Our besties.
Crystal, we go way back. Crystal and Pino were also in Sports Illustrated for that World Cup year, and it was just like great and something that was so cool that I was able to do. So
that's crazy that they didn't let you see the photos before. I mean, they must have taken thousands of photos during that time.
Yeah, I know. And I'm still just like, oh my God, they're somewhere. Like, I don't know. So
There's like a picture of you like burping. You know? It's like
Literally,
one of you scratching your nose.
Probably. I'm just like, oh God, they're somewhere just floating around in the internet. But anyways, no. So it was really good. And I think just like to kind of piggyback off that, I think just soccer obviously is incredible on the pitch, but it brings me so many, different opportunities and whatnot. So I'm just thankful.
Okay.
That's awesome.
And another thing, you spent some time playing in Australia, right? You were on loan with Adelaide, right, for a little bit.
I did.
Obviously, the World Cup is going to be in Australia in a couple of years. When it comes to the preparation to get there again, obviously there isn't any expectation. Everybody has to earn their spot. But as far as especially,
But Joe, you Abby Dahlkemper. Come on now.
I'm trying to toss.
No, I felt that right there, Christian. I was like, yeah, I know.
You call coach like, Coach, who else we picking? Huh?
Yeah.
I feel like playing with.
Yeah, and like, so I have the defenders locked down, but like, what are we thinking attacking?
Yeah. You're like, who's cool if I could play with?
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Oh my gosh, that like makes me just want to like throw up. That makes me so nervous. Anyways.
It's fascinating. We've spoken to so many players on the national team, formerly on the national team, everything. There is obviously there's just a limited amount of spots. Everybody wants to go. And there's almost like this balance of how do you maintain your competitive edge of like, I respect you as a person, but I desperately want that spot. And also maintain friendships. It must be almost impossible.
Totally. This is just like we say like at camp, it's just like a bloodbath. Like you're just like best friends. And then you like step inside the lines and it's just like claws are out. You're just like it is a bloodbath. But I think that's what makes the U.S. the U.S. It's just your spot is like never guaranteed. And you have to like show up and show out every camp, like day in and day out. And I think that's so cool because obviously like you're going to get better, but then the team's going to get better. And like you see like world-class teams just coming up and getting better and better. So we, have to improve as well. So yeah, it's tough. It is such a intense environment that's so hard to explain to outsiders. And they're like, what do you mean you don't make the next roster? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Yeah. Like we have to like get invited and all this stuff. So it is like super stressful, but obviously like really rewarding as well.
Yeah.
So.
I find it fascinating because what we usually see, even when you watch training, you don't really grasp like exactly how competitive it is because I think what we see more is like partying in the locker room and we all love each other and this is all great. But it's like, what it took to party that hard, you had to go through something.
Yeah. They edit out the parts where you guys trip each other.
Yeah. I'm like, you edited out our like black eyes and us like bashing each other in the like scratches on my neck from someone's nails. I'm just like, but it's fine. Just like stay on your feet and sometimes you don't have to stay on your feet. Just survive. So.
When you look at, speaking of internationally, you've played in a couple different countries now, in particular, obviously, Australia, obviously the U.S., and you played for a little bit in England. A lot of conversation that was being had about the women's game outside of the U.S. And we were at the ICC Futures, which is a youth tournament, and the Barcelona girls team was absolutely incredible. It seems like some of these other countries are now really sort of taking a few notes from what the women's national team here has been able to do for the past few years, and it's starting to build up. What do you think about that? Do you think that helps the game? Do you think that might hurt the game here, having a women's team that has to compete, at an even higher level to make sure that they continue to win and be as great as they are?
Yeah, no, I think that just like helps the women's game like immensely, so much. I think, obviously the standard has to keep improving or else you're going to see these teams like Barcelona on the women's side is like one of the best teams I've ever played against. Like they beat us 3-0 and just like played us off the pitch. Like I thought there was 13 players on the field. I was like, they have 2 extra players somewhere.
Were the other refs playing?
I literally they were so good. They're still so good. So
you're sweating. You're like, I think I saw the 4th official make a through pass. I swear to God.
I'm like, we need to take a timeout. I know there's no timeouts in soccer, but we need to count.
Yeah. The VAR is wearing a Barca kit. I'm telling you, this is messed up.
Literally. So I mean, it's incredible. incredible. I think the women's game is growing. I think, you're turning on the TVs and seeing more games than ever. And that's exciting. I think that's what you want to see. And I think, we've got to get better. We've got to push the standard. And, other countries are so good. And they've always been good and they're getting better. So, and I think that's club and countries. So it's exciting. I think the Euros for the European national teams are this year. And, obviously, like you guys said, the World Cup's coming up. I mean, we've got to qualify first, which is going to be tough. So, yeah, it's going to be a huge year.
Okay. Yeah. And the last thing I wanted to ask is I saw this video about you talking about your mom and your mom's connection with basketball and how she sort of mentioned, you kind of touched on this, but how she mentioned that she tried to play as long as she could, but she didn't feel like there was really much opportunity. But now getting to see her daughter reach, the pinnacle of just, of women's sport, really. How does that feel for the family? I mean, I'm sure she's proud as a mom, but then just as a woman, getting to see her daughter kind of break through kind of these barriers.
Yeah, no, I think it's incredible. And, I owe so much to my family and specifically to my mom. I think we've just always had this special bond. I've never really had a sister. Well, I don't have a sister. And I have an older brother and a younger brother, but yeah, I mean, I think you said just like there's so much more opportunity now for women in sport and women in general. And I think that's amazing to just kind of see and hear my mom talk about me in that way, because I just don't ever get to hear her talk about me in that way. And so, yeah, I think it's amazing. And just, kind of just like a full circle back to the wave. It's like now there's going to be 12 NWSL teams and like it started at 8 or 7. I don't know, but like it's just incredible and it's expanding and there's momentum behind the women's game and women in general. And I think that's really cool and just so powerful. So yeah, I'm really, really thankful and lucky to have her as a mom. And I think whenever I needed confidence or I needed, a push, she helped me. And I wouldn't be where I am without her. And yeah.
All right. Yeah. I mean, not only, you mentioned NWSL and having all these new teams, but getting 2 teams in California pretty close to each other
at the same damn
so
time.
You already have to have a hardcore rivalry with this team. So
I know.
Angel City is going to be, these matches are going to be interesting.
Literally.
There's another set of fans that hate you already.
We might have to fly up there too. But yeah,
It's
no,
crazy.
I mean, exactly like you guys said. I mean, what Angel City is doing is great too. And they're building something so special too. So I think just, the opportunity for women right now is more than ever in this country. And that's really exciting. So, yeah.
All right.
I'm sure you can't wait to beat them. You heard it here first, folks.
I know. 1,000%. Yeah.
Turn it up.
Let's get to our questions from some fans. We have our Gully Squad, which are our supporters group, and they have these
That's
are questions
right.
from fans, a lot of fans of you. So let's start there. So we have this first one, hard-hitting question. This is from Justin Friedberg. He asked the question. He says, who has the most adorable doggo or kitty on the national team?
You're going to get in trouble. You're going to get in trouble.
I might be biased, but I have 2 dogs who I think are so stinking cute. They're probably sitting outside the door waiting for me to be done with this call.
Okay.
And they're 2 cockapoos. Their names are Betty and Bobby. They're both girls. And they're the best. But, I think everyone's kind of biased. Like,
Right.
Emily Sonnet has a dog named Bagel.
Right.
Sam has a dog named Finn.
Sam was on the show.
Yeah, well,
Sam and
she would
Finn were on the
probably
show.
say Finn. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's so cute. I wish I could bring them in, but they would probably, I don't know, just ruin
Go
something.
nuts.
Yeah, go nuts.
Try to eat your side table.
Literally, my side. That is pretty.
This is a question. You are from Northern California. You might actually know because you seem like an athletic person. But do you plan on learning how to surf actual waves? Are you a
this
surfer?
Is from Thorin Svensson.
Thorin Svensson.
Okay, Thorn. Well, we do have surfboards. I have tried to surf a couple times, and it is way harder than it looks. And the waves look huge when you're in the water. You're just like, oh my gosh. So I guess I surf, but not well at all. Like I spend most time like ducking under waves because I'm like, oh my gosh, what is happening?
Okay.
First time I saw surfing was at Crystal Pier, which is in San Diego. I'm standing out there and I'm like, they're not even surfing. They're just sitting on the surfboard. I'm such a New York dude. I'm like, they're just sitting on the surfboard. Someone's like, no, that's surfing. I'm like, they're not doing it. I've been here for an hour. No one's doing anything. And they're like, that's surfing. I'm like, this is not what it looks like in the movies. I haven't seen one shark.
Yeah.
No one's playing that song.
Yeah,
you know
you're like,
I mean?
I need to see fins or else it's not surfing.
Yeah, no one's scoring it.
I try not to think about that, but yeah, no, I do, but I'm not good at it. Like there's like 12-year-olds that are just paddling past me, just shredding. And I'm just like ducking under another wave being like, I don't think this is the one. Like just keep ducking and
You're
ducking.
just doing
I'm tired. I got to go in.
It looks exhausting.
I've like literally just been swimming. So yeah, I guess I do but not well.
That counts 100%. You have more experience than I do. I've never surfed.
Hey, this is Lynn Williams.
And this is Sam Ewis. And we just kicked it with the Cooligans.
Abby Dahlkemper, thank you so much for joining us on the show. It's an absolute honor. So a couple of pieces of business before we let you go. We have to get to our Golazo gift. This is your opportunity to celebrate a goal. Alexis will give you a scenario, and we will turn it into a gift that will live on the internet forever. So Alexis will give you a scenario, and feel free to celebrate however you like. Alexis, what do you suggest today?
So I don't know why, Abby, but for some reason, San Diego Wave Football Club, we didn't even talk about the fact that it's got football in there.
Yeah, in
gets
one way.
all the way. Yeah, in one wave. Gets all the way to the NWSL Championship. And you guys are face-to-face with, let's say, Angel City. Let's just throw some flame towards them.
Two Western Conference teams in the finals, sure, whatever.
Yeah, there's no way it could work, but just listen to me. For some reason, it's let's say it's penalties. You're about to take the last one. It's for the win. And your coach says to you, hey, if you score this penalty, your two dogs, Bobby and Billy? Betty. Bobby and Betty will also win the Westminster Dog Show if you score this penalty. I know it's a big one. And you do it, Abby. How do you celebrate? By the way, she screamed so loud she was silent.
I know. I wasn't sure if I don't know, audio worked too, but I would be like, whoa! And probably like, I don't know, freeze or black out or both, and just like, I don't even know what I would do, but probably just throw my hands up and like go woo, because wouldn't know, but I can imagine. I don't know if I would do anything nuts, but I guess there's like nothing to repeat. Like, who knows? Also, literally, even me.
As a center back, you're not. It's not like you're usually in that situation, right? So,
no, I'm not. I am going to be one day. I'm just manifesting this.
You will remember this moment.
And then I'm going to be like, oh my God, Betty and Bobby are going to win
the Westminster Dog Show.
Amazing.
Both things at the same time.
Yeah, I know.
That's never a thing, but it's going to be a thing.
Amazing. Abby, again, thank you so much for joining us. Abby, is there anything you want to let people know about before we let you go? Anything you want to plug?
No. I mean, like, thank you so much for having me. I'm really honored to be on the show. You guys are so great, and it's been like so enjoyable, and I feel like we could do this for hours and just hang out and chill.
Sure. Yeah.
That means a lot.
Let's just all FaceTime at some point.
Yeah.
You know what? You got no teammates. Throw us in the group chat.
Literally, a WhatsApp.
You're the best. You can, everybody make sure to follow Abby on Instagram, Abby Dahlkemper. She's a great follow. And go, if you're in San Diego, go and support San Diego Wave. Get season tickets, go to games. Support the NWSL. Every year it's getting better and better. So it's awesome to to see. And make sure you follow us at Soccer Cooligans on all social channels. Make sure you subscribe to the Fubo Sports YouTube channel and follow at Fubo Sports on all socials as well. Okay, Abby, let us end the show the way we normally do, as is tradition. So please join us in this. So for Abby Dahlkemper, my name is Christian Polanco.
I'm Alexis Guerreros.
And together, what are we?
The Cooligans!